Hi, welcome you all. So let's start with chapter 13 of book The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Your subconscious and the wonders of sleep. You spend about 8 out of every 24 hours or 1/3 of your entire life in sleep. There is an inexorable law of life. Sleep is a divine law, and many answers to our problems comes to us when we are sound asleep. Many people have advocated the theory that you get tired during the day, that you go to sleep to rest the body, and that a reparative process takes place while you sleep. This is gross misunderstanding. Nothing rests in sleep. Your heart, lungs, and all your vital organs function while you are asleep. If you eat prior to sleep, the food is digested and assimilated. Your skin secretes perspiration. Your nails and hair continue to grow. In the same way, your subconscious mind never rests or sleeps. It is always active, controlling all your vital forces. The healing process takes place more rapidly while you are asleep because there is no interference from your conscious mind. Remarkable answers are given to you while you are asleep. Why we sleep? One of the earliest scientific researchers to carry out serious investigation into sleep was Dr. John Bigelow. He was able to show that at night, while asleep, you receive constant impressions through the sensory nerves connected to the eyes, ears, nose, and subcutaneous nerves. The neural network of the brain is also quite active. Dr. Bigelow's research led him to a conclusion that is closely aligned with the information presented in this book. He said that the main reason we sleep is in order that the nobler part of the soul is united by abstraction to our higher nature and becomes a participant in the wisdom and foreknowledge of the goals. Prayer, a form of sleep. Throughout the day, your conscious mind gets involved with vexation, strife, and contentions. It needs to be able to withdraw periodically from sense evidence and the objective world and commune silently with the inner wisdom of your subconscious mind. By claiming guidance, strength, and greater intelligence in all phases of your life, you will be enabled to overcome all difficulties and solve your daily problems. This regular withdrawal from sense evidence and the noise and confusion of everyday living is also a form of sleep. That is, you become asleep to the world of the senses and alive to the wisdom and power of your subconscious mind. Startling effect of sleep deprivation. Lack of sleep can cause you to become irritable, moody, and depressed. All human beings need a minimum of 6 hours sleep to be healthy. Most people need more. Those who think they can get along on less are fooling themselves. Medical researchers who have investigated sleep processes and deprivation of sleep point out that severe insomnia has preceded psychotic breakdown in some instances. Remember, you are spiritually recharged during sleep. Adequate sleep is essential to produce joy and vitality in life. You need more sleep. One way to find out why we need sleep is to look at what happens when we do not get it. In 1964, a 17-year-old boy named Randy Gardner set out to win a place in the Guinness Book of World Records. He kept himself awake for 264 hours, 11 straight days. Later, tests showed that he has suffered no permanent damage. However, during the time he was keeping himself awake, his thinking processes deteriorated. His speech became slurred. He suffered from memory lapses. In the later hours, he started to experience hallucinations. Most people who are chronically short to sleep do not go to such extremes. However, they too may suffer from serious effects. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, as many as 200,000 traffic accidents a year are related to sleep problems. One driver in 5 has at least occasionally dozed off at the wheel. As a result, drivers are 5 to 10 times more likely to have an accident late at night than during the daytime. Experiments with volunteers have shown that a tired brain craves sleep so hungrily that it will sacrifice anything to get it. After only a few hours of sleep loss, subject starts experiencing fleeting naps called lapses or microsleep. These happen 3 or 4 times an hour. During them, just as in real sleep, the person's eyelids close and his or her brain waves become slower. At first, each of these lapses lasts just a fraction of a second, but as hours of sleep loss mount, the lapses takes place more often and last longer, for as much as 2 or 3 seconds. Even if the subjects had been piloting an eyeliner in the thunderstorm, they still could not have resisted microsleep for those few priceless seconds. Sleep brings counsel. Sandra F. is a young woman in Los Angeles who has often listened to my radio talks. She told me that she had been offered a position in New York City at twice her present salary. She could not decide whether or not to accept the new job. Before going to sleep, she prayed in his words. The creative intelligence of my subconscious mind knows what is best for me. Its tendency is always lifeward, and it reveals to me the right decision, which blesses me and all concerned. I give thanks for the answer that I know will come to me. She repeated this simple prayer over and over as a lullaby as she drifted to sleep. In the morning, she had a persistent feeling that she should not accept the offer. She rejected it. Later events verified her inward sense of knowing. A few months after the job offer, the company went bankrupt. The conscious mind may be correct on the objectively known facts. However, it was the intuitive faculty of the subconscious mind that realized the problems with the company and prompted her accordingly. Saved from certain disaster. The wisdom of your subconscious mind can instruct you and protect you if you pray for right action as you go to sleep. Many years ago, I was offered a lucrative assignment in the Far East. I prayed for guidance and the right decision as follows. Infinite intelligence within me knows all things. The right decision is revealed to me in divine order. I will recognize the answer when it comes. I repeated this simple prayer over and over as a lullaby prior to sleep. That night, I had a dream in which an old friend came to me. He held out a newspaper and said, "Read these headlines. Do not go." The headlines of the newspaper trumpeted stories of violence, unrest, and war, all of which occurred not long afterward in the area where I had been asked to go. Your subconscious mind is all wise. It knows all things. Often it will speak to you, but in a voice that your conscious mind will immediately accept. In the dream I just related with doubtless saved me from putting myself in a situation of grave danger. My subconscious mind projected its warning in the guise of a person whom I trusted and respected. To some, a warning may come in the form of mother who appears in a dream. She tells the person not to go here or there and the reason for the warning. Sometimes your subconscious will warn you in your waking hours. You think you hear a voice that sounds like that of your mother or some loved one. You stop and turn looking for its source. Later you find that if you had gone on the way you were going, you might have been struck on the head by an object falling from a window. Your future is in your subconscious mind. Remember that because your future is a result of your habitual thinking, it is already in your mind unless you change it through prayer. In the same way, the future of a country is in the collective subconscious of the people of that nation. There is nothing strange in the dream I had wherein I saw the headlines of the newspapers long before the events they spoke of. Those events have already taken place in the minds of those who would bring them out. All their plans were already engraved on that great recording instrument, the collective subconscious of the universal mind. Tomorrow's events are in your subconscious mind. So are next week's and next month's. They may be perceived by a highly psychic and clairvoyant person. No disaster or tragedy can happen to you if you decide to pray. Nothing is predetermined or foreordained. Your mental attitude, the way you think, feel, and believe, determines your destiny. You can, through scientific prayer, mold, fashion, and create your own future. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall also reap. A cat nap nets him $15,000. Years ago, one of my students mailed me a newspaper clipping about a man named Ray Hammerstone, who worked as a roller in a Pittsburgh steel mill. The mill had recently installed a new machine that controlled the delivery of a newly forged steel bars to what were called cooling beds. Despite the best effort of the installers, the machine could not be made to work properly. Engineers worked on it for several days, but to no avail. Hammerstrom thought a lot about the problem. He tried to figure out a new design that might work. Nothing came to him. One afternoon, he lay down for a nap. As he fell asleep, he thought about the switch problem. During his nap, he had a dream in which he saw a perfect design for the faulty switch. When he awoke, he sketched his new design according to the outline of his dream. This visionary catnap won Hammerstrom a check for $15, the largest award the firm had ever given an employee for a new idea. How a professor solved his problem in his sleep. Dr. H.V. Halprecht was an eminent professor of Assyrian at the University of Pennsylvania. In his memories, he recounted an amazing experience. One Saturday evening, I had been wearing myself in the vain attempt to decipher two small fragments of agate, which were supposed to belong to the finger rings of some Babylonians. About midnight, weary and exhausted, I went to bed and dreamed the following remarkable dream. A tall, thin priest of Nippur, about 40 years of age, led me to the treasure chamber of the temple, a small, low-ceilinged room without windows, while scraps of agate and lapis lazuli lay scattered on the floor. Here he addressed me as follows: "The two fragments which you have published separately on pages 22 and 26 belong together, are not finger rings. The first two rings served you earrings for the statue of the god. The two fragments you have are the portion of them. If you will put them together, you will have the confirmation of my words." I awoke at once. I examined the fragment and to my astonishment found the dream verified. The problem was then at last solved. This demonstrates clearly the creative manifestation of his subconscious mind, which knew the answer to all his problems. How the subconscious worked for a famous writer while he slept. In one of his books, Across the Plains, Robert Louis Stevenson devoted a whole chapter to the topic of dreams. He was a vivid dreamer. It was his persistent habit to give a specific instruction to his subconscious every night prior to sleep. He would request his subconscious to evolve stories for him while he slept. For example, if his bank account was low, his command to his subconscious would be something like this: "Give me a good thrilling novel that will be marketable and profitable." His subconscious responded magnificently. Stevenson recounts, "These little brownies, the intelligence and power of his subconscious, can tell me a story piece by piece, like a serial, and keep me its supposed creator, all the while in total ignorance of where they aim. That part of my work, which is done when I am up and about, while he is consciously aware and awake, is by no means necessarily mine, since all goes to show that the brownies have a hand in it even then. Sleep in peace and wake in joy." If you suffer from insomnia, you will find the following prayer very effective. Repeat it slowly, quietly, and lovingly prior to sleep. My toes are relaxed. My ankles are relaxed. My abdominal muscles are relaxed. My heart and lungs are relaxed. My hands and arms are relaxed. My neck is relaxed. My brain is relaxed. My face is relaxed. My eyes are relaxed. My whole mind and body are relaxed. I fully and freely forgive everyone, and I sincerely wish for them harmony, peace, health, and all the blessings of life. I am at peace. I am poised, serene, and calm. I rest in security and in peace. A great stillness steals over me, and a great calm quiets my whole being as I realize the divine process presence within me. I know that the realization of life and love heals me. I wrap myself in the mantle of love and fall asleep filled with goodwill for all. Throughout the night, peace remains with me, and in the morning, I shall be filled with life and love. A circle of love is drawn around me. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. I sleep in peace, I wake in joy, and in him I live, move, and have my being. Summary of your aids to the wonders of sleep. If you are worried that you will not wake up on time, suggest your subconscious prior to sleep the exact time you wish to arise, and it will awaken you. It needs no clock. Do the same thing with all the problems. There is nothing too hard for your subconscious. Your subconscious never sleeps. It is always on the job. It controls all your vital functions. Forgive yourself and everyone else before you go to sleep, and healing will take place more rapidly. Guidance is given to you while you are asleep, sometimes in a dream. The healing currents are also released, and in the morning you will feel refreshed and rejuvenated. When troubled by the vexation and strife of the day, still the wheels of your mind and think about the wisdom and intelligence lost in your subconscious, which is ready to respond to you. This will give you peace, strength, and confidence. Sleep is essential for peace of mind and health of the body. Lack of sleep can cause irritation, depression, and mental disorders. You need 8 hours sleep. Medical research scholars point out that insomnia sometimes precedes psychotic breakdowns. You are spiritually recharged during sleep. Adequate sleep is essential for joy and vitality. Your tired brain craves sleep so hungrily that it will sacrifice anything to get it. Many who have fallen asleep at the wheel of an automobile can testify to this. Many sleep-deprived people have poor memories and lack proper coordination. They become baffled, confused, and disoriented. Sleep beings counsel. Prior to sleep, claim that the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind is guiding and directing you. Then watch for the lead that comes. Perhaps on awakening, trust your subconscious completely. Know that its tendency is always lifeward. Occasionally, your subconscious answers you in a very vivid dream and a vision in the night. You can be forewarned in a dream in the same way as the author of this book was warned. Your future is in your mind now, based on your habitual thinking and beliefs, claiming infinite intelligence leads and guides you. And that all good is yours, and your future will be wonderful. Believe it and accept it. Accept the best, and invariably the best will come to you. If you are writing a novel, play, or a book, or are you working on the invention, speak to your subconscious at night and claim boldly that its wisdom, intelligence, and power are guiding, directing, and revealing you the ideal play, novel, book, or are revealing the perfect solution. Whatever it may be, wonders will happen as you pray this way. Thank you.